I'm just wondering, have 3 weeks already passed? Because it almost felt like it hasn't been that long ago since we have a break. But unfortunately, we will have a One Piece break next week. It is what it is, I guess. After all, it's One Piece. The Angry Enemy fan, at least for now, here with the chapter 927. At long last, that day have come. Not on the manga, but in real life. First off, a cover page where it seems that Garp is actually likes to wrestle bears for salmon. No, that's so him. Either way, in this chapter, it's just a setup, as it turns out that Sangoro has, or at least Sanji has met up with Robin, Frankie, and Usopp. Fransuske, Urabin, and, Usosuke again. And they're eating the no soba of it all. Sim. And of course, they're very happy on tasting Sanji's cookie again. And of course, Sanji is happy seeing Robin in a geisha clothing. He's being all that stuff. But Frankie is actually wondering that he is popular with the ladies, but why isn't he lining up in a samurai? And of course, Sanji is like that. But it turns out some males have actually entered the line. And unfortunately, too, for Sanji, those are all Okamas. So typical Sanji's luck. But then suddenly, three people cut in line. And those actually belong to Kyoshi, that arrogant-looking drunk samurai that Robin danced for a couple of chapters ago. And they are apparently his gang members, the Kyoshi family Kaku, Kuni, and Suke. Vänta, the Kaku, Kuni, and Suke. Isn't that rhyming with something? Well, either way, they turn out to be extortionists, and it's very likely that they were the ones that saw Sanji last time. According to them, you have, they said something about, we want to know who gave you permission to come to this island, because this is our island. Does that mean they actually know that Sanji is not part of this island? Well, either way, they are extortionists who says that you have to pay money if they want to have shop here. And if anything bad happens, we'll protect the shop. Of course, Sanji doesn't move from that. Robin recognizes Kyoshi, the man named Kyoshi, and calls him an arrogant man. But then suddenly the gang begins to crush the soba table, including a soba of a young girl that seems to have a habit of constant smiling. And of course, when Sanji sees his food on the ground, you can all know what will happen. So Usopp and Robin makes a run for it, but of course Frankie did not, because he doesn't run away from a fight. So Sanji just asks them, eat it up. And of course Sanji delivers one powerful kick that immediately knocks out one of the member of the Kyoshi family. I mean, the fact that everyone ran away and said that the Kyoshi family was going to go on a rampage seems to suggest they were strong, but hey, it is Sanji. I would have been pretty upset if Sanji couldn't defeat these lowlifes. So of course he defeats them in just one single attack, and Frankie does the same with another one. And after that, Sanji forces the food down one of this guy's throats, while the line have completely disappeared, because after all, you know what's happened. The only one who didn't run away is that young girl way back that seems to have a habit of laughing ever since she is, even when she's sad. She stayed in the line for a very long time and thought she will never eat it, and was even willing to spend all her pocket money. She is Toko, a child from the capital, as well as assistants, or no, assistance may be a wrong word, maid to a courtesan. Either way, it seems that she befriends the Straw Hat Pirates, as they all feel like her laugh is very, well, very contagious. It is also worth noting that when you name the O in her name of Toko, it becomes Otoko, and that is, the Japanese word for boy. So either way, they find her very funny, and it seems that, I don't really know why she has a habit of smiling all the time. Is that trauma, or is it something else? but it does seem that her smile is very contagious, as Straw Hat Pirates do indeed like her. And as she realizes she's gonna be late to, oh yeah, she's a kamoro, something of a maid to a courtesan. Funny thing is though that a courtesan is usually also a prostitute, so or an orian. So well, it's not a geisha, it's a performer. At least that's how it says. So well, then suddenly Robin's master appears, the wrinkled old lady that's being very dramatic. And but even though that courtesans may sometimes be prostitutes, they are the top idols in Wanakuri, the superstars. I mean, this is based on the ancient Japanese, so I guess that makes sense. The best top idol of them all is a woman called Kumurasaki, someone who has such dreamly charm that men even faint just being in her presence. And of course, Sanji loves to hear that, as they can hear loud cheers of a courtesan that is on her way to Orochi's palace. And also, seems that Robin is actually very close of getting close to get close to Orochi, as she's gonna perform in Orochi's sitting room. Why do I have a sneaking suspicion that if Robin's dance really is as good as it is, why do I have a sneaking suspicion that Orochi is gonna fall for Robin? If that happens, we will have real trouble in our hands. Either way, we see Komurasaki, although we technically don't see her face, we only see her body, and it appears she is extremely tall, as Toko appears again and gets greeted by Komurasaki. She appears to be a kind boss to the young Toko, but I wonder. Either way, Kairisho gets report that his thugs was beaten up, and he is busy to attend Orochi's banquet, so he tells Kamerushi to call Queen and send an assassin. So please, please, if you're gonna send an assassin, let Sanji defeat him, okay? I mean, they are saying it's gonna be messy, but please, 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 I beg you, don't let Sanji lose to this assassin! Just let him defeat him like that, so we can finally have some good Sanji moment. Either way, the chapter ends with I wanna say surprise, as we see a silhouette of Orochi. Note is the fact that just as we all suspected, Orochi is an incredible pervert, as he says that he intends to make Komurasaki his today. Well, why do I have a very strong suspicion that sounds like a rape? Given his evil that we have seen for now, I guess that makes sense. Although, again, if Robin really had been summoned to Orochi's palace, why do I have a sneaking suspicion that Orochi is gonna fall for her instead of Komurasaki when, well, he sees her dance? I mean, granted, it may not become like that, but it would be typical One Piece that happens. However, it's the end of this that is very strange. We don't see Orochi, we see a silhouette. We see a silhouette of a retainer and Yamato Orochi's. Orochi's name is taken from that Japanese mythology monster, the eight-headed serpent. And it appears Orochi really is an eight-headed serpent, because the only silhouette we see are dragon heads, Orochi heads. And I was just like, huh? I mean, are you telling me Orochi really does have a devil fruit that allows him to become an Orochi? How unreal, how do you say this word? Not unrealistic. This is One Piece. I was aiming more for fantasy-less, not so creative. If it turns out it's like that. The funny thing is though that he appears to have these 8 or 4 heads. So what I'm trying to say is, what kind of devil fruit is this? Is this a Hebi no Mi model Orochi, which is a mythical soen fruit, or is it very possible that he has eaten a smiley? Because what I'm asking is, why do we see these Orochi silhouettes? Is that just to further show how inhuman he is? Or is that really imply that he may have eaten a smiley fruit that allows him to become an Orochi? Because again, what we have seen from the smiley fruits is that they're so out of control that they're activated all the time. And if Orochi had eaten, an Orochi devil fruit smiley, then that would technically mean he would have 8 serpent heads coming out from his body that cannot shut out. That would really give him a very mythical and beastly-like appearance. It's very fitting for a man who have allied himself with Kaido. Or it could very well just be that he has eaten an Orochi mythical devil fruit and is just having that activated all the time. Either way, we all suspected he would have a devil fruit, and indeed he does have. And indeed he does have a devil fruit that is connected to his names. We have seen that a lot lately. And just to be fair, I have mixed opinions on that. But that's just me. So yeah, yes, a setup chapter. It was satisfying to see Sanji defeating that one, those thugs. Although I have a very big feeling Oda's gonna let him be defeated by an assassin. This weird child, this girl, Toko, her very big smiling, it was kind of creepy and a little sad in a moment there as well. But I guess it was also pretty contagious, as a lot of people does say. But this top idol, Komurasaki, is it possible she is someone of very big importance? There were some fears out there that even begin to say that maybe she is, Toki in uh, in a very far future. But then again, that wouldn't make sense because if he no not no not no no not sorry, I said wrong. Not Toki, that wouldn't make sense. Hiyori, Momosuke's sister, because I mean it's either this woman or maybe it is Tama, because what I'm trying to say is, what happened to Hiyori? Did she really die in the fire? And didn't Toki set her to another future also? And if it's possible if she didn't, then how could she have survived until now? Granted, this is just theory so far, so it's not sure. Either way, we have just seen a little bit moment of Orochi, and indeed he is a pervert. Give me your thoughts if you have any.